Hello, Guten Morgen. Good morning. Happy Friday. Today is April the 11th, and I want to share some of the tips that are going to be useful and probably are going to help you, barista who is looking for a job, and by any chance you've secured an interview on how to get that opportunity. And here is the thing: if you want to pass any interview, you have to develop something called self-confidence. This one no one can teach you. You cannot learn self-confidence. I have never seen any platform where someone can teach you self-confidence, because this is internal. How you manage your pressure internally. That's how you can overcome your fear. So, and the only advice or the only thing I know that can trigger or can catalyze your confidence level is knowledge. When you have knowledge of what you're doing, probably you're going to be confident. Okay, so learn, do research, try to find out if it's a specialty coffee or it's a commercial coffee. What are the questions or what are things that are done in specialty coffee cafe? Okay, so I will just wrap up a little bit fast. Show you should attempt a barista interview. Okay, so first thing, when you pop in the bar, just check around, check the grinder they are using, check the machine, the espresso machine they are using, check the equipment, the scale, and the tamper, all the brewing accessories. Check them properly, because we know all baristas will agree with me. These things are different. How different coffee shops, they have different machines with different specifications. For example, our machine here is Kiss van der Western Adromatic. Okay, and we have Lamazoko, Sanremo, Victoria Druino, like Kimbali, a lot of machines with different specification. Like our machine, you steam by putting a steam lever like that. You can also steam with leg. We have an option here where you can steam your leg like that. Some machine you use a knob like Lamazoko, the old ones, and some machine you use a button. So different machines with different specifications. So first of all, check the machine, familiarize with the machine first. Okay, and like for example, our grinder here, it's already set. This is mechanic. It's set by time, by grams. So the moment you insert your portafilter into the machine, it will grind and it will stop. It will give you exactly the amount you've set there. And my other machine, you have to use scale and weigh and all those kind of stuff. So check the machines, check the brewing accessories, everything. Once that is done, the most thing that a lot of barista panics is when you pops in a cafe or for an interview, you're just so overwhelmed and curious and tense. Then you forget tiny things which are significant, like checking the pressure. This is very important. Why is it important? Probably you're going to make a milk-based coffee, and if you didn't check the pressure, you just put your milk in your pitcher and you insert it, and then you mess everything out, because steaming of milk is itself an art. You have to know what you're doing, when to position the steam wand into the milk, right angle, the quantity of the milk, the size of the pitcher, and the drink you're going to make. If it's a cappuccino, it's a flat white, you steam it differently. If, for example, you're using plant-based milk like almond, oat, also the steaming is different. So you have to check the pressure, which is very essential. Check the pressure. Like our machine, you can reduce the pressure and you can increase the pressure. You can reduce it and you can increase it. Other machine, you don't have that option. So what you need, if for example you use a machine that doesn't have the option of reducing pressure, then you have to deal with the technique. The quantity of the milk should be a little bit more if the pressure is high, and if the pressure is low, then you have to do the opposite, where you have to use less milk. And the steam tip. This steam tip, if the pressure is high, then you put this steam tip at least 3/4 full immersed in the milk. And if the pressure is a little bit low, then you have to do the opposite as well. You have to make sure it's on the surface of the milk, so it can inject the air into the milk and you can stretch your milk without any struggle. So the first thing, check the the pressure. The second thing, check the group head temperature. Because, for example, you're going to produce an espresso and you will have to explain how it is. So you check the temperature, because one of the variables that affects the quality of an espresso is water. As we know, in coffee extraction, almost 98 or if 99% of what we will drink is water. So the water temperature, water quality has a huge uh, repercussion on the final cup. Okay, so check your water, and a lot of machines like ourselves here, it has pressure temperature gauge, so you can see the temperature of this group head. Like for instance, is 91. Sorry, you can't see it because I'm recording myself, so pardon me. And if you don't have, some machine doesn't have that, then you can get your water here and you can use a thermometer to check the water temperature. And yes, this is 91. So once that is done, so you know the water temperature, you know how you're going to extract your coffee, be it long extraction or short extraction, based on the test that you are looking for. Okay, once that is done, check your grinders. Like I said, our grinder is already set based on grams, so when you put, it will give you exactly 20 grams or 18 grams or 16 grams. But if it doesn't have this option, then you have to use your scale. Take your porter filter, make sure it's clean and dry, and everything we do in the bar area has a reason. We want the extraction to start from here, not here. Coffee is very sensitive to moist. So the moment there is some water here or some moist, when the coffee goes in, the extraction begins. So we will have an even extraction where we have under and over, and then it will affect definitely the final cup. So in this case, we weigh like that, our scale, our porter filter, then we tear to make sure it's 0. Then we grind our first dose. Yes, this is 18. So you can tamp evenly, and this is very, very important, because one of the variables that affect the extraction for an espresso is the tamping has a huge impact, because tamping will either increase or decrease the contact time. So you have to tamp it well, and always make sure to use scale. If you use scale, it will enable you to understand how you can change if the espresso doesn't taste good. So we already know our dose was 18, and we know here now the yields. So for example, I'm expecting to get 36 in between 25 to 30 seconds. But for example, I have, like, this is too quick. Okay, so I have 36, but this is 20 seconds. So I'm expecting 25 to 30 seconds. So what I need to do here, definitely my grind size is too coarse. I have to go a little bit finer. Okay, so I will have to adjust my grinder, and I'm able to know that, because if I didn't use scale, I will just see there 20, but I will not know how much was my espresso liquid. So by using scale, I'm able now to understand, okay, so the grams is okay, but the problem is the time. So for me to increase time, I have 3 options. It's either I tamp a little bit harder, I add the dose, or I change the grind size to fine. But with this huge difference, definitely, even if I tamp hard, I cannot increase 5 seconds or 6 seconds. So if I increase the dose, then I'm going to waste my coffee as well. I will be changing my recipe. So what I need to do is to change grind size. So I will have with the same grinds as the same, to keep the same recipe, but with the right extraction. Okay, so any bad coffee, test it for a better tasting palate. You can just test it, so you know how does a good coffee taste like, and how does a bad coffee taste like. So we test this. Of course, this is sour and so salty, because the first thing, whenever coffee meets with water, the first thing to be extracted there are salt, acids, then sweetness, and then we have other insoluble substances that we don't want. So in this case, this coffee is so acidic and salty. Okay. Probably this might be good, because my first drop, I was expecting it between 4 to 10 seconds, and this one started at 9. So probability of my extraction to be good is really very high. So let's see. The flow is a little bit quick, but my time is also already 25, and I'm now in 36, 30 seconds, 36, 30 seconds. So I can see the body of the coffee. I can see the three parts, the crema, the heart, and the body is there. And of course, this coffee looks amazing. As you can see, it's really, really good. And for the volume here, you can see it's 45, but the espresso is at 36 over there. So this is just the crema. So weighing coffee from the scale is different from the volume, because the volume includes the crema, so you can see it almost 45, but the weight is 36. So that is also very, very important. Don't get twisted. Maybe you see, oh, why is it 40? I know ml and grams is the same. No, this is not ml. This is the volume, the crema, which disappears as the time goes by. Okay, let's test our coffee. Superb. This coffee is balanced, sweet, and since it's Costa Rica, it has that hint of caramel flavors and the blueberries. And coffee is so astonishing that it keeps on changing the flavor as it cools down. When it's hot, you can get different flavors, and when it cools down, you can also get different flavors. Like Italian says, like the espresso always slaps in the face and then hugs you in the end. So you probably not get sweetness from the first sip. You get sweetness from the second and the third. The last ones, they are the sweet ones, so are the hugs. But the first one, of course, it's a kick, slaps you. Now it's coming juicy. I'm tasting kind of this milk chocolate. Like this is the last part is the part that even if you're not a coffee person, you will enjoy this, because it's just sweetness, this kind of uh, brown sugar sweetness, overripe mango, that kind of sweetness. Really amazing. Okay, so you test your espresso and serve, and I wish you all the best. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share, and let's enjoy.